My name is Mo Connell. I'm the plant manager of the Atlas Sand Monaghan's plant. On the mining side, you'll see haul trucks, you'll see excavators, you'll see loaders that are pulling up the sand and loading it, bringing it to a stockpile.
I'm Rick Medellin. I'm a senior heavy equipment operator. I've been operating heavy equipment for the past 20 years. We're just in charge of every equipment out here, whatever they need moved around, like heavy material or equipment, we use the big equipment, I call them Tonka toys. And, it's pretty awesome, and everybody's like, oh man, I want to learn how to operate equipment, But we're basically the backbone of everything.
They feed it into a masaba, and then that goes up the incline belt into the mine skid. And as that goes into the mine skid, it goes into a big head box, which washes the sand, separates all the trash from it. As that sand comes out through the mine skid, it goes into a pipe that we have buried underground and goes into the wash plant, and that's where it continues to be clean.
If at any point the density of the material goes too high, then we plug up equipment. So our operators are in charge of making sure that the sand and the density and the volumes are all the same so that that sand will flow through the process without plugging up or causing stop-ups. The sand then travels through what we call attrition mills. They're big washing machines, really is what they are, and they're turning the sand over and they're suspended with water and they're being washed and they're being tumbled to allow any of the impurities or any clays that may be adhered to the sand grains to separate. And as those are exiting the attrition mills, they go through a final set of cyclones that will separate finer material, and the sand grain then comes across what we call a dewatering screen, where some of the water is taken away or wicked away from the sand.
And then it runs through the incline belts after it's clean, goes into the storage building, and as it hits in the storage building, we let it sit for at least 48 hours and let it dry, let all the moisture come out of it as much as we can.
Sometimes we get up on top of the pile and we feed our laboratory feeders, and then that's what feeds the dry plant, from the wet plant.
And it goes into the tunnel, straight up to the dryers.
It's gonna pass through the dryer. Once it gets to the normal temperature, it's gonna make sure the sand is dry enough.
The sand then goes through some fluidized bed dryers, onto some conveyors, and to the Atlas screeners.
Which is where the lab is located also, and they're there, running samples constantly to make sure we have good product coming through.
In quality control, we have 3 of us in our lab on our shift, and the 2 of us work in the dry plant, and the 1 person works in the wet plant. He tests the sand over there in the wet plant, and we test the sand in the dry plant. We go in, collect our sample, we bring it back into the lab, and we break it down, we split it into a splitter, separate it, get our amount that's needed to run it through our CCAP machine, and it actually counts every grain of sand. We check the cleanliness of the sand, which is called the turbidity, to make sure the sand is clean as well, because it goes through a washing process at the wash plant.
So we go produce some multi-deck screeners that sieve the sand in the 2 different products that we make, and from there, sand then travels up conveyors up to the silos into, depending on the product size, it will travel into a specific silo, and then we load that out.
We take our job with pride, and we like it out here. Every person that I know out here, in our team, it's great. They show their pride in their work, but we also have fun at the same time. We're also, we joke around and we smile. Everybody is just like, wow.
They've just seemed to welcome us all here, and we all are, to me, I say like a big family together. We're all away from our family, and we come here and we're like a family here while we're away from ours. They're a very welcoming company and accommodating for you.
Man, everybody is always in a good mood, man. Everybody is just happy.
we do laugh a lot. we do like to have fun out here, but do it in a safe manner. You know, we don't horseplay or anything like that. But you know, like I said, we have different backgrounds, and it's pretty pretty funny.
I have the conviction that Atlas cares. They care for the workers. They care for the environment. They care for every one of us that's working here. Because when you see the camp itself, the food, you cannot compare.
La Lodge is awesome. You know, they got everything that anybody can ask for. You know, you got your gym, you got your video game room, your actual game room, your pool table, foosball, and you got your theater room, of course your gym, you know.
I am really, really impressed with it. I can't even say how much I am, to be honest.
The food is awesome. And you know, you can go in there anytime you want and get yourself some sandwiches, or get yourself a milkshake, or get yourself, you know, a couple of fruits and here and there. And it's just, wow, Atlas, they take care of you.
Want to say to Atlas thank you, because I don't think a lot of companies around here would do that.
I think the Atlas is a good opportunity for women as well as men. There's a lot of benefits that you can receive. The pay is excellent. The lodging even is accommodating for women. It's not just a man-orientated job.
Atlas really cares about you, and I like it here. I love it.